I'm gonna do is 1 coat of number 2 gels base. This is for the dipping powders, okay, everyone. I will sprinkle 1 layer of the green. Let's see how pigment of the green is really pigmented, and this is all chisel colors I got to work with. I love this because you can do liquid gunpowder. Oh, liquid gunpowder. Okay. Acrylic dip powder. Okay, I'm gonna do one more of this one to show you, and then we'll go into liquid gunpowder. How about that? This is good information for any of you that want to interesting. So then 1 coat of this, and I am going to using I get both of the brush right here with me. So number 2 gel base again. I promise I'm gonna doing it. We're gonna do liquid gunpowder in 2 nails we have left. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm excited, everyone, learning and dipping, and liquid gunpowder. So I'm gonna dip it in my blue, and I'm gonna start sprinkle it right on the tips, just on the free edges of the nails. This is I'm interested and see how this tool turned out. Really stunning. Instagram, can you see? And I'm gonna work really closer to the key to the free edges, because you don't want to be right in the middle of it, because if you're doing in the middle of this, it's gonna make the nails, it looks like blue and green separate. Tap it down, and then I'm using another one. Can you move that camera to make sure that Instagram can see? Because on that side, Instagram can't not seeing it.
Did I see you?
Yeah? Okay, it does it off. And then now, Bona does it. Oh, this one looks good. Really stunning. So you want to go into the second coat. Now after I doing this, I'm going to wipe this one off on the side of my brush, wipe it off. So then it won't get contaminating, or it won't get all the stuck powder on my brush. I mean on the brush of the number 2. Do it again. And if you get used to with this and you start doing dipping, it's gonna get in really, just speeds really fast though. You just have to train your techniques to be different. This is totally different from acrylic, liquid gunpowder. I mean, they're both acrylic, but with using a monomers techniques with resin techniques. And work smaller, like a portion. You don't have to be like just dump whole thing in there. It's gonna make it really harder. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of the, I have a polka dot here. Dust that off. Looks cool, huh? It's like it came out with 2 colors. Let's move this guys over there and see what we got over here. Let me see, well, we have the blue and green there. Hopefully we get blue and green there. If not, then not big deal. I'll put something in there for Easter. Which one should I put in? Like this. No. Maybe this one. One next, I wanted something that just contrast. I don't want to using it too closer. Just get few of them out here for myself so they can pick it up. You can pick anything, and this is like collection 20 or whatever it is. There's so many, like I don't know how long it's gonna take you to go through all this, maybe forever. Great investment. So I'm gonna apply number 2s. You don't have to be necessary or entire the nails, or you can just do in the part of wherever you want to. And this is really fine that you can do encapsulating with yours. Purple, yellow. Interesting. Okay. It's still wet, so I can place wherever you want. I want it. I don't have to limit to whatever I want. I'm gonna do whatever I want in here. You can play however you want it. Instagram, I'll be right back. Looks really great. Putting some shiny sky in here. Hello, Instagram. Thanks so much for tuning back in. And I want to say hi to YouTube too, because this videos will be uploading for YouTube fan as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. However you want it. It's just like a basics, really basic. I need the smaller one. Can you able to get that smaller one? Got it. Yep. Great. I don't want to do more with that. I don't want to messing up more. Less is more. Sometimes I go too much more, too much more. Okay, great. If I'm happy with this, I am going to the clear. I'm going to coat that with the clear. Completely. How beautiful is this from a dipping powder? My scoop. Hey Kim, hi Whitney, thanks so much for coming back. Leslie, Monique, hey ladies. Okay, sprinkle that clears on to protect your dipping encapsulating. So you see dust it off really right away after I doing it. Put the number 2 back on so that we're gonna keep that shiny. This is from our dipping with the 2 colors. I really like these 2 colors. I'm wiping my brush right on the side, you know it's that. So great. So now going to the techniques at number 3. And I'm using this number 3 activator. This will not dry if you don't apply the number 3. So this is great for some of you who are beginning with the dipping powders. Just tap it. I will not using my brush and drag it down because it's gonna number 2 and number 3. What it does, purpose of it is accelerate it. So I'll let it dry. it will set it dry. So you don't want to using your brush and just brush it like a normal when we're using a gel polish. It's gonna really freezing your brush because number 3 will do that to number 2 and number 4. So close this guy. And then it should be dry in like no second, and you can buff and you can sparkle and shine. I know, right, Whitney? I know, it's just like so beautiful. And this one is the first look. Earlier I did, if you can watch it over, it should be an hour story time today. It's not on Facebook, gonna cover for that. So we'll have 2 more. We're gonna do 2 is dipping powder and 2 with liquid powder. Yeah, everyone, liquid powder. So I'm gonna do this one shape nicely. I did it a little bit shorter now, so for all of you who are asking for it, see Nancy doing it shorter, so it's all of you who have a shorter nails clients. Shape on the side. I usually shape them first before I even dip or I put the liquid powder, so therefore it's gonna be so much easier. So you are not gonna shape all your powder off. So again, you're gonna using this one to clean with your cuticles, and you're using a sand bead to clean it on. I would using a soft one. You don't want to using a really coarse one for the dipping powder. You don't need so much of like taking off because it's really nice. And if you want to be more structures of it, you build more underneath with the base powders. So then when you lay 2 coat of the colors, it's gonna look so nice and flawless. Great. Buff it. It's a dipping powder, so just buff. Can you take that powders away? That's 2 colors. I really like it. If you close it, and I want to know what number of that. I love it. Oh, maybe we should try that for liquid powder. Can you give me that one? So I'm gonna try it with everyone. Give me that 2 colors, and then with me liquid powder. Great, everyone. Number 26 solids and number 75. Was upside down. Dust this off. And usually I don't send the clients washing. I was like wipe them off nicely. So then before we top coat it, because as a dipping powder, if you send them to wash their hands and if you don't wipe them really dry, it's gonna cause of the cloudiness when you apply the number 4 on it. Great, so I'm gonna using a number 3 again. So if you don't put it number 3 again, it's really a high chance of your nails not gonna dry. Or if you do it in number 3, but you don't do it, it's like completely cover the nail, so you're gonna see one spot it dry and one spot it not. But you can see that the number 4 when you apply it on. So after you apply all 10 nails, here's a tip and trick, so then you will never get an issue with getting like make sure brush harden. So you're gonna wipe it off. The excess like number 3 is already in there, but just wipe it off to make it looks even and take it off of all that extra number 3 that you don't need it. And then we're gonna using a number 4 top coat of the liquid essential. Apply 1 coat. Is gonna be fast. Move it fast if possible. Faster, the thinner is better. So look at that. I'm missing whole entire cuticles. I am not worried about it because by the time I'm like doing it and playing with this, and probably my brush gonna be like freezing because I keep stirring up and contaminate the number 3 and number 4 together, because number 3 is accelerate number 2 to get number 2 dry and accelerate number 4 and let number 4 dry. So you're stuck in between. So if you don't move it fast to the number 4 top coat, and it's gonna make your brushes freezing. Also, it's gonna make this to be really hardened, and then you're seeing all the wrinkle and stuff. 1 coat, 1 more coat.